Well met everyone, Nexus here, bringing you guys a quick legendary guide for the upcoming tier, Tomb of Sargeras with Windwalker monks. So in 725, we received 2 new legendaries, which I will cover really quickly here. So the first one we can cover here is Soul of the Grandmaster. It's another ring, which of course is no surprise, we have so many rings, and when you equip this ring, you receive a talent based off your spec. So for Windwalkers, we receive Chi Orbit when we equip this ring. So when we have this ring equipped, we can use Chi Orbit with Dragon Punch or Chi Orbit with Serenity. So that's basically how this legendary works. It automatically enables one of the talents. In this case, it's Chi Orbit for Windwalkers. So basically, it's not that great because Chi Orbit is not that great. But it's really not that big of a deal because most of our legendaries are pretty close together, so you can pretty much run whatever legendary you want. Now, in terms of the other new one, we have the Wind Blows here, which takes Strike of the Windlord's cooldown from 40 seconds to 32, and when you use it, it makes your next blackout kick cost no chi. So I'll show you guys real quick here. So let's take it off for a second, and you can see here that we have a 40-second cooldown on Strike of the Windlord. When you equip the helmet, it goes down to a 32-second cooldown. So in terms of what legendaries you can run, most of them are in line with each other, so you can actually run whatever you like. Personally, I like the chest piece and the helmet because the helmet lets me use more abilities, which is fun, and the chest piece lets me use a new ability, which is Crackling Jade Lightning, which makes it more fun. So I like pressing buttons, and having 2 legendaries that allow me to press buttons more, it just makes it more fun for me. So that's why I choose to run these 2. Additionally, they are very good in single target DPS. I believe the Emperor's Capacitor is still the strongest single target, and then the Wind Blows is an above average single target legendary. So they're 2 very good choices, and there is one problem though, is even though you can run whatever you like, the important part of this tier is that you want to get your 2-piece from Nighthold and your 4-piece from Tomb of Sargeras. So here I have my 2-piece from Nighthold, as you can see here, which reduces the cooldown on Rising Sun Kick by 3 seconds. For this one tier, it has 2 bonuses that we need. We need this 2-piece, which makes Rising Sun Kick critical strikes reduce the cooldown of Fist of Fury by 3 seconds. And the 4-piece, when Fist of Fury ends, the critical strike chance of Rising Sun Kick is increased by 65% for 5 seconds. So not only is this tier very strong, and it synergizes well with Rising Sun Kick and Fist of Fury together, in 725, we also received a massive DPS increase to a lot of our single target abilities, like Strike of the Windlord, Chi Wave, and Rising Sun Kick, for example. Same with Tiger Palm and Blackout Kick, but the important one that we want to note here is Rising Sun Kick in that, because with the set bonus here, and Rising Sun Kick getting buffed up, that means we have to focus a lot more on Rising Sun Kick. So that's why we need the 4-piece from this set, while keeping our 2-piece from Dissonance as well. The 3-second reduction on Rising Sun Kick is a huge effect, not only to synergize with the 2 and 4-piece from the new set, but it's also a very strong ability now. So the reason why I'm bringing this up in a legendary guide is because what this does is it blocks out a lot of choices that we can have. So equipping the 2-piece and the 4-piece means that it will take up 6 slots of our character. So any legendaries in those 6 slots cannot be used. So the helmet is a set piece, the shoulders is a set piece, but we don't have any legendary shoulders. The cloak is a set piece, which blocks out Synodaria. The gloves is a set piece, blocks out our legendary gloves. Belt, which is perfectly fine. Pants, which we don't have any legendaries, so that's fine. And finally the chest piece, which we cannot use. So with these 4 legendaries blocked out, we only have a small pool of legendaries to choose from. So let's head on over here. This is blocked out, this is blocked out, and this is blocked out, and this is blocked out. So besides these 4, we have 2 to choose from. We have Prydaz, Horn Cover, Synodaria, Catswoes, a bunch of jewelry here, you know, the 3 rings, the trinket, and sentinels, which is crap. So those are what we have to choose from, and it comes down to 2 legendaries. Now, I mentioned earlier that you can pretty much run whatever you like, and that's still true to now. Most of our legendaries are in line with each other. Whether it's a DPS increase like Wind Blows or Emperor's Capacitor, or it's smoothing out the rotation and getting more sun kicks like Drinking Horn Cover and Hidden Masters, Drinking Horn Cover and Katsuo's Eclipse. So what we want to do is we want to kind of find some legendaries that synergize well with Sun Kick and Fist of Fury. So Katuo's is an obvious one because it reduces the chi cost of Fists of Fury by 1. This allows us to save more chi for more Rising Sun kicks, since we need a lot of chi with how often it comes back up, thanks to the 2-piece and the amount of haste we generally have. So with that short cooldown, we need a lot of chi, and the boots can help a lot there. If you are running Storm, Earth, and Fire, it gives you a lot of extra chi, well, not a lot, a couple extra chi really, during its duration, so you can use it on other abilities as well. So overall, Katuo's is a really nice ability, really nice legendary that a lot of monks are using, and generally what I'm seeing monks use with it is Drinking Horn cover, which gives us a longer duration on Serenity and Storm, Earth, and Fire, which is quite nice, especially if you're running Serenity, because you can actually get a lot more sun kicks out that way, you can get a lot more damage. It's just really nice overall if you know how to use these bracers along with the cooldowns themselves. It's also important to note that our cooldowns are very short, at a 1.17 second, 1 minute 17 second cooldown. So it's very short, you'll be using it very often, which means you'll get a lot more out of the bracers as well. I think you can get a couple seconds extra out of Serenity, and with Storm, Earth, and Fire you can get about 5 to 8 extra seconds out of that as well. So it's important to note that if you can play it well, the bracers can bring a lot of value to your class. So what I'm seeing most monks running with the 2 and 4 piece is the boots and the bracers, but honestly you can run whatever you like. So that's pretty much this legendary guide, just going over some of the basics, covering what monks are preferring right now. Yes, the boots did get nerfed near the end of Nighthold, same with the bracers, but they're still very strong, and they are still preferred, considering that a lot of the slots are already taken up by other set pieces. So once I get my 4-piece and my 2-piece together, I won't be able to use the helmet and chest anymore, or even the gloves, or whatever else, the cloak. You guys get what I'm saying. So that's what's important to know here, is that you can pretty much run whatever you like. The legendaries are very close to each other. I prefer the helmet and chest because they are very fun, and they're pretty good in single target DPS. They're definitely up at the top there, so that's what I recommend. I know some monks like Katuo's and Drinking Horn cover still, that's perfectly fine as well, but of course when you get the 2-piece and 4-piece, it's going to change up in terms of what you can and cannot use. So overall, that's the legendary guide. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.